Hey guys, Luckfog here and welcome to another FIFA 20 player review, and today guys going to be reviewing the 93 rated Flashback SBC Luka Modric. This card as well as his 96 card look absolutely insane, and both of them are very good value for money. The reason I went with the 93 one is because as much as I like Modric and stuff like that, he can't really fit into my main team, so I thought I might as well just do the cheaper SBC of the two, and even the 93 card looks still really good for what he costs, and he cost me about 20,000 coins to complete his SBC in the 3 games that I did play with. He didn't score me any goals, but he did get me 4 assists. He's also got 4-star skills as well as 4-star weak foot. Moving along into his in-game stats, his main standout stats will be his 96 agility, his 95 vision, as well as his 96 short passing, and finally his 96 ball control. I did have the gladiator chemist that applies to him, and then getting into his traits, he has the 3 AI traits of technical dribbler, long shot taker, and playmaker, and then he also has the outside foot shot. And according to Footbin, he'll cost you around about 90,000 coins on Xbox to complete him, 75,000 coins on PlayStation. You get horrific packs in return for completing the 93 SBC, but also guys, the 96 SBC is coming in at around 200,000 coins. So you know, this is a very interesting SBC. I think both cards are very good, but before we get any further into the pros and cons between the two cards, Modric, this 93 compared to his 96, so the 93 Modric has 7 less pace, 5 less shooting, 4 less passing, as well as 4 less dribbling, 11 less defending, and 12 less physical. And I understand, you know, if you can't afford the 96 cards, you know, then by all means, the 93 card is still really good to go for. But for the extra, 120,000 coins or whatever, it makes sense to actually go and get the 96 if you really want a Modric, you know. And also, it should be mentioned that the 93 Modric is only here for a few days. The 96 Modric is here for the rest of the game cycle, so it's a card that you can in effect grind towards over the next few weeks or whatever. But don't get me wrong, I thought the 93 card was still very good, I think, for what he goes for. In particular, 75,000 coins on PlayStation for a 93 rated card. We had Danny Ings yesterday, who was also a 93 rated card, and he was like, what, 250,000 coins. EA make the Premier League players ridiculously expensive. It's really annoying. But anyway, for a legend of football and Luka Modric, what a price to get a 93 rated card for. Absolutely fantastic. I used him as a centre mid, a box-to-box midfielder, and he played beautifully in that position. 4 assists in the 3 games. That's why his passing is going to be the first pro to this card. 95 vision, 96 short passing, 91 long passing. Superb, top stats. Now, of course, the 96 card will be better in those passing stats, but realistically, I mean, listen, this 93 Modric has got 95 vision. Maybe the 96 card has got 98 vision. You can't notice much of a difference between 95 vision and 98 vision. Let's be quite honest there. Let's talk facts. 96 short passing. Okay, if the 96 card has got 99 short passing, you're not really going to notice a difference. 96 short passing in itself is still absolutely superb. And yeah, he was great. His through balls, he can ping good long passes. He actually provided a lot of good through balls towards Lukaku and Dybala. You'll see quite a few of the highlights, and maybe if my finishing was up to even more of a better standard, he could have had even more than 4 assists in the 3 games. So very impressive there. His dribbling is phenomenal. That'll be another pro to the card. 4-star skill is very nice to have for a box-to-box midfielder. 97 balance, 96 agility. This is what I'm saying again. He's got 94 overall dribbling. All of his dribbling stats are in the 90s. His worst dribbling stat is literally itself the dribbling stat at 90. The 96 cards, you won't be able to tell the difference between his dribbling. You literally won't. Although his stats may be slightly higher, we're talking about very small margins here between those two cards. So I think when it comes to his passing and his dribbling, it doesn't, the 93 cards will do just as good as the 96 cards, in my personal opinion. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could, the 93 card, it technically becomes just as good as the 96 card with, certain chem styles applied to them and stuff like that. So, it is obviously a very interesting thing to be able to consider. But yeah, his passing, his dribbling, both very good. I think the one thing that I obviously fancy more about the 96 card would be that, his defending, his physicality is so much more. Yes, this Modric card does lack in strength and aggression, which, to some people that might not be great for a box-to-box midfielder. Some people would argue that maybe his physicality stats should be a bit higher. I mean, for me, when I was using him, I don't really recall him ever getting caught out too much in the centre part. For me, he seemed to stand his own ground relatively well. I think his defensive stats are also pretty decent. For example, I had the Gladiator camps that apply to him. That takes his stance tackle up to 91. His interceptions go to 97. His slide tackle goes up to 90. So, you can very easily fix a lot of those defensive stats quite easily with something like the Gladiator camps, and also gets his, the likes of his positioning and his shot power up to 95. His finishing goes up to 82, which was there was one chance which he should have scored, which he just kind of hit wide. But so yeah, on the whole, which is the better card to go for? Obviously, if you can go for the 96 card, by all means go for that. To be able to get a 96 card for 200,000 coins is fantastic, and of course, in terms of stats, is a much better card. But at the same time, Modric in some areas, like his dribbling, his passing, probably his pace as well, you're not really going to notice that much of a difference between those two cards in those particular areas. That's just in my personal opinion. I still think the 93 card for what he costs is still very, very good to go for. An 84 rated score and then 83 rated score. There might be some people who might be able to sit there and do that card for free, which is absolutely fantastic for a 93 rated Luka Modric. So on the whole, both very good cards to do. If you can get the 96, by all means go and do so. But even so, the 93 card is still a good card for the money that he does cost to complete that particular SBC. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you guys later.